Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I have been reading an article by the author of The Princess in Love who felt used by Princess Diana. So it was interesting, the article, because it mentions that James Hewitt felt used by her too. So I thought we'd ask the cards and see if they had anything that they could say about Princess Diana and James Hewitt's relationship. So that's what we're going to do today. Have a look into that. But before I begin, if you're new here, hi, hello. Please consider subscribing, liking and sharing. If you've already subscribed, thank you so much for your support. It does mean the world to us. We do have a new membership type thing, £2.99 a month, and you get extra videos, like members only live streams and live chats, and extra readings as well, and community posts and stuff. So yeah, so thank you everyone who is a member of the Emotional Support Coven. You guys rock. And without further ado, we'll look into it. So we'll start off by looking at James Hewitt and see if we can find out any information about him. Rumoured to be Harry's dad, which I'm sure hasn't gone down well with Harry, but you know, just I think it's mainly because the ginger and the ears. Anyway, let's have a look at James Hewitt. Wheel of Fortune. Okay. So he feels blessed to have been known Diana. He feels like it's one of those things that have shaped his life, that have defined his life now. It's very much something that he feels very trapped by as well. He doesn't know which way to get away from it. You can never get away from it. It's just like constantly going in circles with the Eight of Swords crossing the Wheel of Fortune. It's just a mess. It just keeps going. It keeps regurgitating. It keeps on and on and on. And though he finds some things happy about it, he also finds some things painful about it. I know that sounds a really obvious thing, but it feels like he's just forever in this kind of cycle. He would like to be known as the kind of romantic, swashbuckling, kind of like passionate guy who was in love with her and went there with the Knight of Wands. A bit mischievous, a bit cheeky, a bit fiery. I can't say it. Chivalrous. Two of Wands underneath. They knew they couldn't get on. He knew it wouldn't work. He finds it very difficult because nothing kind of adds up to the image that he likes to portray. And I think it's very difficult when you've got somebody like Princess Diana who's almost got like a sanctified, is that the word? That's a word now. But she's almost like this figure where she's beyond criticism. If you say anything bad about her, people go, "Oh my God, you can't say that about Princess." But the Two of Wands there shows that there is a lot of confliction there with his passions. He can be quite angry about the situation, and he can, but then again at the other end of it he does feel kind of like So the Chariot there, it was a whirlwind. He didn't feel particularly in control. Maybe there was like a lot of emotions that he couldn't pin down. I feel like it was a kind of a volatile situation going in there. like up and down emotions. You couldn't decide which emotions were which. You couldn't decide how to balance everything out. Now we have the Four of Pentacles. So yeah, he was somebody who felt like there was a lot of pressure. There wasn't enough money coming in. How everything happened, he didn't feel like it was fair. Finance is very difficult for him because there wasn't enough money coming in. There wasn't enough money staying in. And when it came in, it soon as went out again. So there was a lot of conflicted feeling about this. He really feels like this has really shaped and ruined his life in a way. The Six of Cups, he does look back and misty-eyed. He does have rose-tinted glasses when it comes to his relationship with Diana. It's almost like he is very heartbroken by the whole thing. And then we have the Ten of Wands. He feels like he's got no boundaries anymore. He feels like he has to reset his boundaries. He knows it's done. He knows it's finished, but he's always moving the boundaries maybe within himself. It feels like there's a relief, and then he's like, oh, I've got to reset again, because these emotions are just going everywhere, man. What's on his mind? You've got the King of Cups there. That's really interesting. Something to do with William. No, I'm not saying he's William's dad. It's obviously William's dad. But the King of Cups there. Interesting, because he's worried about William for some reason. The Ace of Pentacles, what he's hoping for in the long term is a new start. A new financial start with it. He definitely doesn't look on the relationship, now the time has passed. He looks on it as with a lot of sentiment, but it's also done a lot of damage to him. He doesn't feel... His life has been so entwined with it. He does feel sentimental about it, but it's not that. It's not like he's just been dumped or anything. He's, he's a grown man at the end of the day. You've got the King of Cups, though, there. Interesting. He's wanting to start a new business venture. He's wanting to start something new. I think he deserves a little bit of happiness, because he has been quite through it with this. Like, I think he's a bit of a scapegoat, to be honest. It might be something to do with worrying about William, but something to do with the crown. Okay, Princess Diana and her relationship with James Hewitt. So it's starting off with the Five of Pentagrams, and this could well be because Princess Diana felt frozen out with the firm and she went to Hewitt for sympathy. She knew it was a risk. We've got the Fool cross in there, but it was a risk he was willing to take. She was like, well, damn it. Like I said, she saw him as chivalrous. She saw him as this person who would go in charge and look after her, and maybe she did it out of a little bit of anger. Yeah. Because things weren't working out for her, because people weren't working with her and she felt disillusioned, she kind of went running to him. I know that's kind of obvious, but the cards are being very obvious. Yeah, and out of balance there. The Two of Pentacles, she was really She couldn't marry up the work between work, what was work and what was home life, because I guess with being in the royal family, everything's kind of interlinked. And that was what really sent her spinning. That was kind of her undoing in a way. The Three of Pentacles is she couldn't work well with others in that sense. She had to be, in a way, and I don't want to sound rude or disrespectful, but she had to be kind of like the only voice in the room in a sense when it came to not necessarily hands-on charity work, but maybe planning it. And the Nine of Swords there. So she really, I think she went to James Hewitt for attention, but it was more kind of done out of an uncomfortable feeling to get away from the feeling of not fitting in and not being part of the royal family, and it was more of a risk. She felt very weakened and he offered her strength. We have the Strength card there in reverse. She wanted to say, look at me, I can do things on my own. Look at me, I have this love. There is not a lot of love there, which is really surprising. Knight of Cups, what she wants is romance. That's what she wanted, was just romance, complete romance all the time. That is what she wanted from a relationship or any relationship. She just wants that kind of romance. And the Wheel of Fortune, everything changed for her. Everything kept moving and something was fated that changed. And that can well be the intervention of the royal family and the Queen in making them get divorced. They're not working well with other people. That could well be around the Bashir interview as well. That could be things not what kind of adding up, I'm guessing. With the Wheel of Fortune, all of this is just fated to happen. And it's interesting how James Hewitt's almost kind of condensed into being this into feeling like he was trapped into the machinery. It's just part of life, and he's got caught up in the wheel. And it's just going to keep repeating for him. And he can't really get away from it. Same with Princess Diana. This was all fated. This is prosperity, things moving on. Her public image did get tarnished with the affair a bit. She moved on and she moved into a different social circle than the people around the palace. She moved into more of the yacht lifestyle people. So there was a lot of difference there between them both. But what I'm not seeing, and this is very much surprising me, is I'm not seeing a lot of romance, especially from Princess Diana. I don't know what she said in her letters. I don't know that much about this relationship. But she seems to, her motivation for this relationship is kind of a self-soothing, that people do want me, I do want love, I do want reassurance. And she just it's almost like she just kind of goes into a relationship wanting the company and wanting to feel like somebody's there protecting her, rather than feeling like lonely. It's like, I say this sometimes, but it's almost like when you can't sit with emotion, you have to act on it. And she was somebody who couldn't sit with an uncomfortable emotion, which is weird, but never mind. There we go. Let me know what you guys think of the reading. If there's anything you want to add, if you've got some more information about Princess Diana and James Hewitt you want to share. If you feel like I missed something and you've picked it up, let me know. Or you've got a different interpretation of the card slightly because you know a bit more about the situation. Yeah, let me know. It's all good. Let me know down in the comments below. Thank you very much for being here, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Bye everyone.